All right, sun's dipped, we are back. Couple of brushes, I washed them in between rounds, and the beautiful thing about this kind of lighting is the light gets diffused. Diffused means it's not intense or stark going in one direction. It's kind of all over the show, allowing us to really relax and not feel that pumping heat. Well, I do love a bit of heat. Too much heat. What's the word for too much? I don't know. Spanish for too much. Right. I think we were on the right trail before. And Chad, I want to commend you right here, right now. This is the earliest you've been inside alive. So, first off, let's celebrate that. And second off, in true fashion, there's a pun here waiting for me. What should Santa and Mrs. Claus name their daughter? Merry Christmas. I think that might be a little confusing. They could name her Presents. No, it's a terrible name for a kid. No, it's not. If your name's Presents, I love that. What should Santa Claus name his daughter? What should Mrs. Claus name her daughter? I mean, they could call her North. Wait, they're from the South Pole. And Kanye West already took that. Joy. Like that, yes. Joy. They could call their daughter Joy. Joy Claus. That works for me. So, I abandoned you earlier. The heat was just too much. But we're back now, and the goal is to just dabble some of these small tones left behind on this work with the diffused lighting. It's absolutely perfect for it. The perfect time of day. There's 2 times a day which are perfect for painting. Morning and evening. Technically, that's giving away trade secrets, but trust me, these are the 2 best times. G'day, David. Welcome on in. And who else do we have here? Joy Claus. Sounds like you can't be happy at work. Joy Claus? Oh. Are you meaning like a legal document where there'd be a joy clause that says if you're too happy, we'll if you show up with work with too much joy, we'll dock your pay by 35%. Could happen. Joy clause. Holy another one. Funny you say that, Caroline. This is the same one from before, but we did swap out the Pennsylvania one. The Pennsylvania one is currently on its way to Pennsylvania, so I wake up every day to shipping updates with how it's tracking, and it's tracking well. It's tracking well. It's going to get there safely. there's a couple of steps for the painting that goes from New Zealand to Pennsylvania. So it's basically the bottom of the southern hemisphere to America. Now, a couple of wild cards, pardon me, it obviously leaves New Zealand. Depending on your shipping company, it just goes straight out of New Zealand and it arrives in, I think it's Los Angeles, LA. Might be, don't quote me on that. It arrives there, and what happens next is the USA side of DHL, basically USA, checks it for customs clearance. So what that typically involves, it's pretty basic. Sometimes it'll just go straight through, and sometimes they'll pause it and want proof of identity of the individual the parcel's going to. So say, let's call him Bob from Arizona. They would email or call Bob, depending on what the details are on the shipping, and they'd say, hey, can we have your IRS number just to confirm you're a real person, or, you know, proof of identity, whatever that might be. And then once that happens, as long as it happens in 5 days, the artwork will ship to the collector in the US, and it's done and dusted. Some countries have a tax. There isn't a tax on work. So I forget where the mark is. It's about 2,500. If it's below a certain amount, there's no tax. And then there's a bracket where it's about 3%, and then it goes up from there. Honestly, all things considered, super reasonable for the to send art to another country. So the connection between art between the US and New Zealand, couldn't ask for more. Love it to bits. Who's that there? I love your art style. Thank you very much. It's very messy. The goal here is that up close, it'll be quite turbulent and chaotic. But from a distance point, when you're further away, you'll see clarity. And it's that 50-50 mix. So there's about a a gray area at about 10 feet where you're sitting actually, where it will half have clarity, half have chaos. When you're close like this, a picture with too much clarity can be quite intense to be right beside. But if it's chaotic paint, you have a good time. You can relax, have a cup of tea, have a coffee, whatever you choose. I've been enjoying the, this is gonna sound super fancy. I think it's called French press. So Shelby got me a little device, and what the device does is you basically boil coffee on an old school gas stove, and the heat of it travels up into this stainless steel coffee mug. And what happens is it pushes the water up through a tube that then goes through the coffee and lands in another reservoir. And inside that reservoir, your coffee gathers, and then once it's finished doing its trick, and there's a perfect time in there, there's a perfect time between it, there's a perfect time in between it starting to cook and using up all the liquid to push through the coffee, where it's not burnt, it's perfectly ready. And so you have to hit that little line just right to get the perfect coffee. And if you do that, happy boy, happy boy. But it's fun when sometimes you miss it, because that thrill of the allure that this could be the perfect coffee, that could be the perfect coffee. It's always coming and going. You're never quite sure if you're gonna fully get it. I believe I got it once, and now I'm chasing that thing. They're chasing that feeling of maybe having the perfect coffee again. Here we go. Hey, also, a few of you have probably heard me go on about Kung Fu Panda on the stream before. Now, I heard a cover by Jack Black, Wicked Games, a song that Chris Isaak wrote, and oh my God, Jack Black, like, I know a lot of people might not love him, but you will love him in this song. He is incredible. His voice is weirdly enough perfect for a Chris Isaak rehash. It's so different from Jack Black as well. from his usual joking kind of songs that honestly, I almost didn't hear it. And it was actually Shelby who spotted it was Jack Black first, not me. Not me at all. Welcome in, Marty. And Wicked Game, you know it. You know it. Caroline, you know it too. How did you feel about the recent movie? I thought it was okay. With Chris Isaak or Jack Black? Or Kung Fu Panda? The most recent movie I've seen in the cinemas was Deadpool and Wolverine. And I gotta say, I thought that was quite funny. I thought they broke the fourth wall with a lot of tact. Like, I just felt like it was funny. It was one of those movies that was worth going to see in the cinema. And it was worth going to see in the cinema because it had so many jokes in it. You didn't want someone to spoil the jokes for you because hearing them firsthand is what made some of them so funny. That's how you know the joke's really, really funny. Kung Fu Panda, still mad at me. Jeepers. Discount Donut, I would never be mad at you. If there's one thing I appreciate in this world, when I rock up to a service station or a Dunkin' Donuts, after I grab my coffee, maybe some beef jerky if I'm feeling that way, and if I'm at the gas station refueling my car, it's a discount donut. You're more than welcome to be here. And Kung Fu Panda, wait. Oh yes, there's a number 4. You know what? I have seen it. Shelby showed it to me. I've seen Kung Fu Panda number 4. And you know what? Didn't mind it. I felt like, and this is gonna seem, I felt like the underlying theme wasn't as universal, clear, and deep as it had been in Kung Fu Panda 1. And I think number 2 or 3 had one about inner peace. I thought that was relevant as well, but I feel like number 4, and that's a lot of Kung Fu Pandas, I feel like number 4 had this theme of, you know, you can always make right. You know, you can undo past wrongs. You can, I think that was the thing, you can always do the right thing. And I feel like that was there, but I feel like it could have been, nah, you know what? I need to watch it again. It was sent home perfectly. I'm just being a negative Nancy. It's, and if your name's Nancy, can you please change that phrase to be, I'm just being a negative Dave. And if you're Dave, do the same with the name Nancy. I have changed my mind, like literally mid-thought. I feel like, nah, they did a really good job. The moral of number 4 was to say, you can always do the right thing, no matter how far down the wrong path you've gone. And I think that's fairly beautiful. I think that's an important message. Mr. Scotty, what kind of paint do you use? A latex or oil or... Well, Scotty, fun question. And fun question because neither. This... Scotty, fun question. And fun question because neither. This... Alright guys, I thought we'd have longer, but as it's transpired, I'm on 3%. So, well, we've been here for a good time. It won't be a long time. And I'll see you again next time. We added some blacks, and we've added some greys, and we're gonna come back tomorrow morning, which will be nice and fun. God, I wish I could stay longer, but it is what it is. Beautiful. Just little touches everywhere. With grey, it's such a fun colour because it makes all the other colours pop. Can't get enough of grey. Grey, sometimes overlooked, is this absolutely wonderful catalyst to make a work really come together. Huge fan, huge fan. All right, you pack of Wildcats. I think that reduces all of our time. %. Guys, it's been terrific. I'll see you next time. Catch ya. LJ, lovely to see you.